pro boxing fans. Ed, it's Friday, which means that you've not been in the fire line for Clapback Thursdays this time.
No,
how does it feel, mate?
Disappointed. I thought I was having a regular slot, you know. I watched it though. I mean, it's really scary. Like,
well, let's talk about it, because it is interesting, some of the things he said about his fight is being taken over by to PBC by certain traitors in the office. What did you make of that?
I just hope that he can find peace, because he's got a lot of pain in him. Do you know what I mean? Because no one who in their right mind would like continuously attack the people in the sport every week. I find it very entertaining, by the way, and I like it. But like when he's talking, it's like you just hope that someone that was that great can just find peace and happiness. And I just see this anger, like he's holding on to so much stuff. You just got to let it go. But it's good. It's good for the game. People will enjoy it. So I'm just disappointed I wasn't in it last week.
Canelo as well. You're after Canelo again. Is that just? Do you feel like that's going to be part of the routine every week?
Like, just let it go. Let it go. You know, as Elsa said.
Tank versus Lamont Roach looks like it's off. Were you hearing anything in regards to that?
I'm not. You know, I've heard. You know, they can't get a deal done with Tank. I've heard the venue's a problem. I don't see how's the venue a problem all of a sudden. It's just very strange. I don't know.
I was going to ask you about that. Has there ever been a situation?
Think, right. This is my opinion, and this is what happens. Right. So, Gervonta Davis makes a lot of money. Right. He's been making a lot of money because he's been doing big fights and big pay-per-views. But probably what happens is he's on some kind of minimum, but on a lot of upside. And because the shows have been doing very well, he's been making a lot of money. So then he fights Lamont Roach, which, although it's not a bad fight, he's going to bomb at the pay-per-view, at the box office, everywhere, right? In terms of what he's been doing. So he turns around and he says to PBC, right, how much am I getting for this fight? And they go, well, obviously, we'll have to see how it does, you know, at the gate and on the pay-per-view. And he goes, well, I'm not fighting if I'm not getting X, because Eddie Hearn offered me 15 million to fight Conor Benn with upside. So you better be paying me more than that to fight this guy who's actually a good fighter as well. And they go, well, we can't pay you that kind of money. And he goes, well, I ain't fighting then. Now, I'm not saying that happened, but that is something that could definitely be happening, because that's a very natural process. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not even saying it's the PBC's fault, because they couldn't deliver him a big fight, but it's a tough fight, kind of. And he'll be saying, well, like this is a tougher fight than, who's the guy who boxed last time? Frank Martin. And I got, I don't know, 15 million to fight Frank Martin, and you're telling me I'm only going to get 5 or 6 to fight this guy. I'm not fighting for 5 or 6 million. Maybe. Speculation.
Just a final turn, just on that one, do you feel like PBC are going to be a bit more aggressive in 2025? You talked about it to me yesterday that they've only had a couple of shows this year, but 2025, do you feel like
they can't be, because they don't have a rights deal. They do not have a broadcaster paying them money. So how can you be aggressive? That's it.
There's rumours coming out. There's rumours coming out February 22nd that there's a few of your fighters, obviously. Virgil Ortiz versus Jaron Ennis, and Bam Rodriguez versus Chocolatito. Yeah. How much can you sort of tell me about that?
Bam against Chocolatito, no, it's not been discussed. Boots against Ennis, yeah, we're up for that. Sorry, Boots against Ortiz. We're up for that fight. I don't believe Virgil Ortiz will take that fight, but if they want it, we can do that, no problem. But honestly, at the moment, all it is speculation. A lot of fights being discussed for February 22nd. You're going to see a massive card in Riyadh, but His Excellency will announce in due course.
Final one, any new signings possibly coming up?
Actually, yeah, we've signed 2 fighters this week, which we'll be announcing soon, and another 2 or 3 before the end of the year.
Any special names, like superstar names?
I mean, some former. I won't say their exact achievements. I might give it away, but former world champions and a couple of amateur standouts as well. So
actually, Billy Joe Saunders, he's talked. I think he's come out and talking about a fight with Chris Eubank Jr. There is talks about that fight happening. Would you entertain that now?
Yeah, listen, I really hope Billy Joe comes back, but I'm not sure he will. That's the problem. because he's got to come back and have that tick-over fight, and it's the motivation to do that. But he's a special talent. I'd love to see him back, but we'll see.
Eddie Hearn, top man. Thank you very much.